Hey, what's up, everyone? ICMK here. We're got a little bit of Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls for you, as IGN dropped a new video today, going over doing a overview of the gameplay mechanics and just the gameplay in general. So let's just jump right into this. We're gonna watch the video. It's about 12 minutes long, and yeah. Let's see how Marvel Tokon is going to fight, going to play. Beginner's Guide。
皆さんこんにちは。マーベルトーコンファイティングソウルズディレクターパチこと関根和人です。この後の映像では基本操作やゲームルールをご紹介します。まだ開発中のものですが、8月のエボにて世界初私有を出展します。ぜひこの動画を見て予習してきてください。皆さんの私有とフィードバックを楽しみにしています。それではご覧ください。
Battles are 4v4 in a 3 out of 5 round format. The 4 characters on your
So 3 out of 5 format. All right, cool.
team share a single vital gauge. A KO is achieved by
Confirmation and clarification that all 4 members of your team share one health bar, meaning when instead of each character getting knocked out, when one gets knocked out, the whole team loses.
reducing the opposing team's vital gauge to 0, earning you a round win. The team who takes 3 rounds first wins the match.
アーマーの調整不足じゃないぞトニー。
The assemble gauge sits just below the vital gauge and is used for assist-related mechanics.
Okay, so symbol
On the
gauge.
bottom of the screen, you can see
got a
your
skill
skill gauge. This is needed to perform powerful skills with your lead character. The first round of a match starts off in a 2v2 format. Executing a successful throw or landing certain special moves in just the right location sends the opponent flying and triggers a stage transition, reuniting you with your third and then fourth ally. Your allies also meet up with you when you slam the opponent into the stage corner or lose a round.
KO!
So you start out 2 versus 2, and then as you go to stage transitions or get them knocked into a corner or lose a round, you gain one of your teammates. And as you gain your teammates, I believe you gain your health bar and your skill gauge.
When an ally
As
meets
it's
up with you,
about to
the
go with
maximum
right here.
values for your vital gauge and skill gauge also increase. Try to get your team together as fast as you can in order to reach your team's full potential. Here's a look at the button layouts for both controller and arcade stick.
Light attack,
Please keep in
medium
mind
attack,
that these
heavy
aren't just
attack.
the default layouts,
Unique
but
attack,
feel free to mix things
symbol,
up in the key config menu to come up with a custom layout that
skill,
suits
quick
your
assemble.
needs and playstyle. Options, such as the ability to set macros for simultaneous button presses, will also be available. Feel free to take a screenshot here and start considering a layout that works for you. Basic moves. Left and right directional inputs move your character forward or backward.
No way.
Upward inputs perform a jump, and downward inputs perform a crouch. Quickly tap forward twice or press the dash button to perform a dash. Quickly tap back twice or press back and the dash button
I'm
to
used to
perform
dashing
a
like
back
that
dash.
in Fatal Fury.
Dashes and back dashes can also be performed mid-air.
Cool. Back
Input
dash.
another
Air
upward
back dash,
direction
that is.
during a jump to perform a double jump.
Double jump. Does that
Quickly
have to be
tapping
straight up
down
in the air,
before
though?
jumping from the ground lets you perform a high jump. You can block
high
the opponent's
jump?
attacks by
Okay.
inputting a back direction. Back while standing performs a standing block. Down and back performs a crouching block. And back while jumping performs an aerial block. There are 3 types of normal attacks: light, medium, and heavy.
So no
Each
punch and
attack has
kick, just light,
variations
medium,
that
and
can be
heavy.
used while jumping or crouching. These attacks can also change when combined with directional inputs, such as pressing forward and heavy or down and heavy in midair. Unique attacks, activated with the unique attack button, perform actions distinct to a character's abilities. Captain America throws his shield in a special trajectory. Iron Man fires his repulsor blasts. Ms. Marvel extends her arm to move. Storm creates a gust of wind across the screen. Star-Lord swaps the element in his element gun. Doctor Doom creates a shield that defends against projectiles. Some characters' unique attacks feature variations when combined with different directional inputs.
So the unique attack button is like, here's their character's gimmick button, basically. Kind of reminds me of the V-trigger moves in Street Fighter V, where the V-trigger, each character's V-trigger is kind of like, that's their gimmick type thing. But this looks like it's much more accessible and free-flowing. So it's going to be interesting, see what each character has. I mean, we've still got to wait to see what characters are even going to be in the game. But it's going to be interesting to see what all the different unique attacks are for each character, and how they can how you can incorporate them into combos and whatnot potentially.
Each character has their own set of special moves called skills. You can perform a variety of skills using different combinations of directional inputs.
So
and the
skills
skill button.
are
Press
basically the
skill
special
button,
moves.
Medium, and a directional input to perform a variation of that skill. Pressing the skill button, heavy, and a directional input costs you 25 skill gauge, but allows you to use the EX version of that skill, called an extra skill. Skills are not limited to the skill button. Command inputs can also be used to perform skills. Skills performed with command inputs deal slightly more damage.
Okay, so they're going to have basically modern controls and classic controls, but instead of being separate, like here, which style do you want to play, it's actually simultaneously together, where you can do the quick skill button and direction, whatever, in a button, or you can just do the actual input, like a down forward or dragon punch or whatever, right? I think that's interesting and kind of cool that both will be there simultaneously, so you could actually do both in a single match, in a single combo even, perhaps. But I feel like even at the lowest level and at the highest level, rookie to pro, most people are probably going to do the quick skill button input instead of the actual, here, let me try to get this dragon punch perfectly, and just because there's less chance of input error, and less and you gain slightly more reaction time. Like, your reaction time's gonna be better using that at the sacrifice of a little less damage off of that move. So we'll have to wait and see, and test things out and whatnot. But how much more damage are you going to get doing an actual dragon punch versus doing a forward quick skill button input? So is it going to be a meaningful amount, or is it going to be so little that everyone basically is going to just do the quick skill solution because it's faster and less chance of error? We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, that I find that very interesting.
Super skills are powerful special moves that cost 50 skill gauge. They can be activated by...
Not to mention, before we get into these super skills and whatnot, not to mention that the combo structure of the light, heavy... Or, hold on, I don't think they've gotten to the combo structure of it all the way, so let's just continue going.
Pressing the skill button, medium,
Oh, shut
and
up.
heavy simultaneously. Ultimate skills pack even more of a punch and cost 100 skill gauge. They can be activated by pressing the skill button, medium, heavy, and forward simultaneously. Both super and ultimate skills can deal serious damage when worked into a combo. Link attack allows you to perform a combo by pressing attack buttons repeatedly. Press light repeatedly to execute a light route combo. This combo calls in allies to perform a series of attacks before using a skill attack, sending the opponent flying. Press medium repeatedly to execute a medium route combo. This combo features a skill attack and finishes with a super skill. Press heavy repeatedly to execute a heavy route combo. This heavy hitting combo features an extra skill before ending with an ultimate skill. You can change routes midway during the link attack as well, such as going from light to medium to heavy. The assist attack in the light route powers up with the more allies you have available on your team.
So, pause here real quick. The combo structure here basically looks like it's just auto combos, basically. Basically you just have to mash in your, dial in your mash, and you don't have to really time things right and whatnot. It seems very auto combo-y from what I can tell, and you'll get extenders based off your probably primarily based off of your team members. But I have to admit, this is the one thing that has me the most concerned about the game. But we'll get into that at the end here.
Such as going from light
more
to
in
medium
depth about
to
what
heavy.
I mean.
The assist attack in the light route powers up with the more allies you have available on your team. Slam launcher. Press down and heavy near the opponent to launch them into the air with the slam launcher. After launching the opponent, you have a set duration of time to perform a series of follow-up attacks while mid-air. With a few attacks in, press down and heavy to perform a powerful knockdown, or forward and heavy to trigger a blowback attack. Assemble assist, activated with combinations of the assist button and different directional inputs, can perform a variety of team actions. Press the assist button, or assist and forward, to summon your ally in the first slot. Press down and assist to summon your ally in the second slot, and press back and assist to summon your ally in the third slot. You can also swap with your ally character by holding the assist button when calling in the ally. Alternatively, you can swap in your ally by pressing the assist button when an assist attack hits or during your ally's standby animation. If you've summoned multiple assists, you can tag in with the last ally called in. A tag cannot be performed if either your lead character or ally are hit by an opponent's attack during the assist. There are various types of assemble assist actions. The assist attacks will change depending on the slot each ally is in.
Oh, so
If
each
an ally is
character
summoned in mid-air,
So each character has multiple assist moves, and it's based on what slot they're in, on what move they're going to do.
or after performing an attack with the lead character. When calling an assist while on the ground, the assist attack type is determined by which slot you are calling in. Tapping assist summons the ally in the first slot to perform a shooter assist, generally using projectiles. The down and assist input summons the ally in the second slot to perform a vertical assist, generally with an anti-air attack. Lastly, the back and assist input summons the ally in the third slot to perform an assault assist, an attack that leverages the unique abilities of that particular ally.
Okay, so at least with them having, a different move and depending on what slot they're in, at least forward is going to be like your projectile slot, down is your anti-air slot, back is going to be like whatever that character's gimmick basically is, something related to their gimmick. So we'll probably have the most variable is the most variance is the back slot. I'm going to guess, but at least that will help the mental stack of managing your team and whatnot in check. Being like, oh, I wanted to do a projectile, or whatever. So to do forward, despite who you have in that slot.
Calling an ally mid-air performs an aerial assist. Assemble Rush. Pressing assist after your lead character lands an attack brings in an ally to perform a lunging attack. This costs 1 bar of assemble gauge, but it is highly versatile.
And
to keep
this
a
is
combo
how we're
going,
going to get
or to
combo
cover for a blocked
extenders
attack.
or plus frames.
Assemble Smash is a powerful attack that lets you endure hits from the start of your move and until just before your attack lands. On contact, you can spend your assemble gauge to perform a follow-up attack by pressing the assist button. Each ally's follow-up attack costs 1 bar of assemble gauge, but garners stronger effects. The aerial version is a lunging move that tracks to the opponent's position. Assemble Counter. Press assist, light, and back simultaneously to perform an assemble counter. This costs 1 bar of assemble gauge to activate, but endures attacks directly after activation and performs a counterattack with an ally. Use this with caution though, as it leaves you vulnerable if it whiffs. Super Assemble. Pressing a direction and assist during a super skill calls in an ally to perform their super skill. After the attack, the called-in ally will be swapped in as the lead character. Super Assemble can be performed up to 2 times in a row, making it an effective option, capable of unleashing 3 characters' super skills in one fell swoop. It costs 50 skill gauge each time to activate, so keep an eye on your gauges when you go for it. Crossover is a defensive technique that calls in an ally to cut in while you block. This can be executed by inputting assist and light while blocking, and is a great option to go on the offense, as it lets you interrupt the opponent's attacks. However, the opponent can counter this with their own Crossover Reflect. Crossover Reflect can be performed by pressing assist and light during the opponent's crossover. If you execute a Crossover Reflect at the last moment, this becomes a perfect reflect and triggers a counterattack against the opponent and their ally. Mastering the timing to execute a perfect reflect is quite challenging, but if successful, it prevents the player from summoning assists for a duration, giving you the upper hand. This mechanic can be tough to master, but give it a shot once you get a hang of the controls.
いかがだったでしょうか。よりエキサイティングな体験を提供できるよう
Interesting.
スタッフ一同
Perfect
全力で
Deflect
開発に取り組んでいます。
Puts
世界
their whole
初
team
使用
on
となる
cooldown.
エポでのトライアル版をぜひ楽しんでください。マーベル闘魂ファイティングソウルズはプレイヤーの皆さんと一緒に育てていきたいと思っています。皆さんからの忌憚のないフィードバックをお待ちしています。また今後の発表を見逃さないよう各種 SNS をフォローしてください。それではエボでお会いしましょう。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。
Fuck. The game does look fucking awesome though, don't it? It does look awesome. Looks like a lot of fun. But I do have some concerns. My main concerns for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls is the combo structure, really. Looks like there'll be a few different ways to get combo extensions potentially. But it looks like one of the main ways is going to be basically using your... Well, I guess pretty much each way, I think it involves using your assist in one way or another, right? But like as you're already attacking, like you'll hit confirm into a combo, and then you're going to call in an assist to extend the combo and go into another combo from there. Something that kind of reminds me a little bit of Mortal Kombat 1 with the cameo system. Even the assists can get hit and countered like they can in MK1. So I find that interesting. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to this game. I'm going to buy it and play it day one, but I do have concerns, and I don't know if I'll go beyond. I don't know how hardcore I'm really going to get into the game. I'm going to give it a chance, like a fair, fully honest chance, but at the end of the day, after a month, I might be just casual on it. Even maybe after a week, I might just be like, yeah, it's fun, but only play it casually. And that might be because of how the combo structure is. And I'm wondering if I'm worried it might potentially rub a lot of people the wrong way. Regardless of that, I'm mainly talking about people in the FGC, where I think this game is going to be bigger than just the FGC. I mean, it looks good. It looks like a lot of fun, and it's Marvel. I have a hard time seeing this game not being a big success. I expect it to at least be a big success in fighting game terms, at least, and as far as sales go. But if it's a really easy to play fighting game that's kind of shallow on its depth and shallow on the meta of the game, the overall meta, then I don't know how. I'm really wondering how many people are going to really be showing up to tournaments and really be in the scene. I mean, we got a great game right now, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Awesome fighting game. Great mechanics. It's terrific. But hardly anyone's playing it in comparison to like everything else out there. And I just don't get it. Where Marvel Tokon, I expect there to be a lot of people playing it. I don't think an easier combo system or combo structure or a shallow depth meta potentially would make the numbers be super low or anything. I think people will be playing this regardless because it looks like, because it's fun and it's Marvel. But yeah, that's my main concerns. I don't know if this game's going to jive with the competitive scene like as much as, a Street Fighter or a Guilty Gear or Tekken or whatever you play, right? It just looks like it could. I'm worried that it might be just a little too catered to casuals. And at the end of the day, casuals usually aren't the ones that carry a fighting game. So, I mean, they might carry it in sales, but not throughout its life. So, we'll see. You guys, that's going to be it for now. Do me a favor, hit me that hit up that like button, and I want to know what you think about how the mechanics of Marvel Tokon looks to you. Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Do you think it looks like it's going to be fine? I'm not worried that it might be too easy execution-wise, or perhaps maybe have a meta that's a little too shallow because of how easy the execution is. And I'm not saying that's going to be that way. Excuse me. I'm not saying that's going to be like too easy execution wise, or like, even though it does look like it's going to be to me, like it's going to be very easy compared to other fighting games. But the meta, I'm not saying the meta is going to be too shallow, but I am curious if the meta ends up not being anything that great. We'll just have to wait and see. Let me know what you think, and we'll catch you next time here on ICMK. Peace.